Pandas seem like evolution's biggest joke. They eat a food that barely gives them any nutrition, they're really bad at reproducing, and they have about as much energy as a lazy sloth. But somehow they've managed to survive for millions of years with a strategy that isn't about winning at anything. It's about not losing. By focusing on a resource that almost nothing else wants, pandas turned their weakness into something stable. That bamboo diet, as terrible as it sounds, is actually a guarantee. No competition, no food shortages, just endless low-quality calories. And that's exactly what lets them just coast through life. On paper, pandas look like a species designed to fail. They have the guts of a meat eater, but they choose to eat bamboo, a tough, woody grass. They're so low on energy that they spend half their lives just sitting in one spot, chewing. Their breeding window is tiny, like just a few days a year, and their babies are born as tiny, blind, helpless pink jelly beans. If you look at their biology, it almost seems like they're trying to go extinct. But the details tell a very different story, starting with their diet, which is 99% bamboo. A panda is a bear, so its gut is short and built to digest meat, not plants. Unlike cows, which have 4 stomachs to break down tough plants, pandas only digest about 17% of the bamboo they eat. So to get enough nutrients to survive, a panda has to eat up to 40 kilos of bamboo every single day. That means they spend up to 16 hours a day just eating, and they poop a dozen times a day as all that fibrous pulp passes right through them. Eating that much wood takes a lot of chewing, but not much physical effort. Pandas survive by running on an extremely slow metabolism. Their daily energy use is only about 38% of what you'd expect for a mammal their size. That's similar to a 3-toed sloth. Their thyroid glands don't produce many hormones, kind of like a black bear in hibernation. They keep their internal organs small to save energy, and they hardly ever run or climb unless they really have to. Their reproduction is just as slow. A female panda can get pregnant for only 1 to 3 days a year. When she does give birth, the baby weighs just 100 grams, about 3.5 ounces. That's 1,000 times smaller than its mom. It's one of the smallest babies of any mammal, born blind, hairless, and completely unable to keep itself warm. The mom has to hold it constantly, which means she can barely move to go find food for herself in the first few weeks. These traits seem like evolutionary failures, but actually they're really smart solutions to a specific problem. Millions of years ago, pandas moved into the wet mountain forests of southwest China. They found a habitat full of bamboo, a food source that almost nothing else wanted. By growing a special wrist bone that works like a thumb to grab the stalks, they unlocked a huge food supply. They didn't need to run fast, hunt, or fight off rivals because they had no competition. In their original home, this lazy lifestyle worked perfectly. Since they had hardly any predators and plenty of food, they didn't need to reproduce quickly or use energy to defend themselves. Their slow metabolism and tiny babies weren't flaws. They were clever ways to save energy when living on a low-calorie diet. This strategy was so successful that pandas have survived for over 2 million years without major changes. The real problem started when humans showed up. We chopped down their forests, built roads, and broke their habitat into small, isolated patches. All of a sudden, their super specialized lifestyle became a big trap. Today, pandas are global symbols of conservation, but their bodies just aren't made for a world full of humans. They're still those same slow, bamboo-loving bears stuck in a world that's changing way too fast for them.